Hello friends, I'm Swapna Shetty. In this video, we are going to discuss about thread synchronization. So when a thread is acting on an object, preventing any other thread to act on the same object is nothing but thread synchronization. It is also known as thread safe. And the object on which the threads are synchronized is called synchronized object. And synchronization is basically recommended when multiple threads are used on the same object. So first let's know why two or more threads should share the same object, that is the same run method. We write an object to represent one task. If there is a different task, we take another object. When two people, that is threads, perform the same task, then they need the same object, that is the same run method to be executed each time. So let us take the case of a railway reservation. Every day several people want reservation of a berth for them. The procedure to reserve the berth is same for all the people. So we need same object with same run method to be executed repeatedly for all the people, that is for all the threads. So let us think that there is only one berth available in a train and two passengers, that is threads, are asking for that berth. In reservation counter number 1, the clerk has sent a request to the server to allot that berth to his passenger. In counter number 2, the second clerk has also sent a request to the server to allot that berth to his passenger. Now let us see to whom that berth is allotted. So for that I simply write a class called Unsafe, because when two or more threads request for the same run method, we get unreliable results. So for that I'm just naming it as Unsafe within a package com.educators, and within which I need a public main method, static void main method. So first I need to create a thread. For that I am just naming it as class reserve. Implements runnable. Okay, we need to add unimplemented method, so that is public void run. So in this, first I would like to take two variables here, namely available, that is available berths are only one, so I'm just initializing it to 1, and then how many we want to reserve, that is wanted is the variable name, and within which I write a constructor to initialize these two, or to initialize the wanted berths at runtime. So for that I take only one integer, say int I, and initialize with the wanted as I. Next, in the run method, first I would display the available berths, that is system.out.println available berths equals to, which are there in a variable available. Next, if available berths are more than wanted berths, then what to do? That is the condition. If available more than is or equals to wanted, then what to be done? So first get the name of the passenger using current thread dot get name, that is thread dot current thread dot get name would give me the name of the thread. First get the name of the passenger and store it in a string variable, that is with name. Next allot the berth to him. So for that I'm just printing system.out.println wanted berths reserved for, and the name to whom it is reserved. Then I would wait for some time for printing the ticket. So for that I simply use a method thread.sleep for some milliseconds. Let me say I'm just waiting for 1500 milliseconds. So when I use sleep method, I will have to handle some exception saying uninterrupted exception. So surround it with a try catch block. And then after printing the ticket, I have to update the available number of tickets. That is available equals to available minus wanted. I need to update the variable available now after booking the berth. Yes. So this is try catch, this is if loop. So if the berths are not available or just they are less, then just display sorry, there are no berths. So this is the thread, and in the main method I need to create an object to the thread class, that is reserve, and attach that object to the thread. So I need two counters, that is two counters are reserving the ticket. So only one object, that is reserve obj equals to new reserve, and I wanted to reserve only one, so pass one. Next is attach first thread to the object, that is thread p1 equals to new thread, so attach obj. Similarly attach second thread to the object, the same object, that is obj. Now take the thread names as person names. So for that I am just setting the names. T1 dot set name. Let me say I would set the first as first person. Similarly T2 dot set name of, I would simply say second person. Now send the request for the berth, that is say T1 dot start. Similarly T2 dot start. Now let's see when we run this program what output we get. So you can see the output as available berths as 1. It is printing for both threads, and one berth reserved for first person and one berth reserved for second person. So if we observe the output, it is absurd. It is funny because it has allotted the same berth to both the passengers. So in this program already we have taken the available berths as 1. When thread T1 enters the run method, it sees available number of berths as 1, and hence it allots it to the first person and displays one berth reserved for first person. Then it enters the try block inside the run method, where it will sleep for exactly 1.5 seconds. So in this time the ticket will be printed on the printer. When the first thread is sleeping, thread T2 also enters the run method. It also sees that there is one berth remaining. The reason is that the available number of berths is not updated by the first thread. So the second thread also sees one berth as available and it allots the same berth to the second person. Then the thread T2 will also go into the sleep state. Thread T1 wakes up first and then it updates the available number of berths as available equals to available minus wanted. Now our available number of berths will become 0. But by this time the second thread has already allotted the same berth to the second person also. So since both the threads are acting on the same object simultaneously, the result is unreliable. So what is the solution for the problem is, let us keep the second thread T2 wait till the first thread T1 completes and comes out. Let us not allow any other thread to enter the object till T1 comes out. This means we are preventing the other threads to act on the same object simultaneously. So this is called thread synchronization or thread safe. So synchronized object is like a logged object, that is logged on a thread. It is like a room with only one door. A person has entered a room and locked it from behind. The second person who wants to enter the room should wait till the first person comes out. So in this way, a thread also locks the object after entering it. Then the next thread cannot enter it till the first thread comes out. This means the object is locked mutually on threads. So this object is also known as mutex, mutually exclusive lock. So how do we synchronize the object? There are two ways of doing this, using synchronized block and using synchronized keyword. In synchronized block, we embed a set of statements of the object inside run method within a synchronized block. So here object represents the object to be logged or synchronized. The statements inside the synchronized block are all available to only one thread at a time. They are not available to more than one thread simultaneously. And we can also synchronize an entire method by using synchronized keyword. For example, if you want to synchronize the code of display method, then add the synchronized keyword before the method name. Now the statements inside the display method are not available to more than one thread at a time. So this method code is synchronized. So let us rewrite the program by using synchronized block. That is, I'm putting the code inside run method into a synchronized block. And the object, I would just name it as this, the current object. Here I would close this synchronized block. I'm just putting the entire code of run method inside synchronized block. Now let's run and check. Run as Java application. You can see first available births is printed as 1, that has been reserved for first person. Then it is updating the available births to 0, and when second thread is accessing, it is printing there are no births. So this is how we solve the problem of multiple threads acting on a single object. So that's all with the session. Thank you.